Oh boy. All right, still catching up on GAC 3s. I'm down to the last 3 that I've been delinquent on. I didn't realize there were so many. I had like fucking 7. Um, as you probably saw in my last video, Chadwick Boseman died. Very sad. Um, I talked about it in that one, so I'm only going to allude to it or mention it or invoke it here or whatever. Just very sad, very, very, very sad. Good guy, or certainly seemed to be a very, very good guy. Um, uh, although I love movies, I often don't like actors because, despite no or very little, in most cases, education, they're more than happy to offer their opinions on everything they possibly can. Meanwhile, a lot of them didn't go to college. That's not to say you can't learn stuff without, or be intelligent without having gone to college. But if you're studying acting um, most of your life, I don't know in fact, I affirmatively think that doesn't put you in a position of being necessarily well informed. There are plenty of actors and actresses that are very well informed, um, but or just celebrities on the whole. I don't think that being a celebrity necessarily means that people should care what you have to say or that you're saying anything substantial, substantive, or of really any importance. By the way, Bella is working out in the next room, so if you're hearing weird music, that's why. Anyway, forget about all that. So you'll notice if you follow me that I have pushed out a fair number of videos in rather quick succession after having been absent for quite some time. Yes, I do feel, I wouldn't say reinvigorated, but I certainly feel like I'm in a better place with the game as a result of the new Galactic Legends. I am pretty nonplussed about the Galactic Challenges. I feel like it's just, recycled, reskinned content. So I'm not happy really with that. But the new Galactic Legends actually does make me a little bit more interested than I have been previously. Also, GAC 3s is over. GAC 3s has always been the biggest drain on my enjoyment with regard to this game. So things are getting, I guess, a little better. COVID certainly seems to be getting a little bit better, although, albeit slowly, very, very slowly. 2020 has been terrible. It's already almost September, and yeah, I said in the previous video and many other videos, 2019 was a very bad year for me personally, having lost my father and one of my best friends. So back then I was sorely looking forward to 2020, and given how the last almost 9 months have gone of 2020, I am sorely looking forward to 2021. I don't think it could really be that much. I don't think it could be worse than 2020 at all, really. But we will see. We will see. I haven't talked about the stock market at length in a while. Apple obviously announced a split. They're going to split, well, really as of Friday, so Monday the share price will reflect that split. I have never owned Apple historically. I had always felt like I missed the boat with Apple, and I was always apprehensive about starting a brand new position in a company that had many, many, many long bull runs. But when they announced the split, I decided to dip my feet in the water. What the hell is Bella listening to? This is like some janky ass club music that she's working out to. So I dipped my toes in the water when Apple announced the split. I started scaling in a fairly small position, around $400 a share, and then I would buy it on individual or daily weakness. So I would scale in more and more and more, and then lo and behold, it's, well, pre-split, a $500 stock. So I made, because I scaled in over time, I think I am already up about 10 or 11 or 12% in the month or whatever that they announced the stock split, if it's even that long, honestly. If you know anything about the markets, and if you've ever heard me talk about splits, you know that my opinion on splits is that they're really an illusion. They're a mirage. It just dilutes the shares, changes the share price to look more attractive to individual and retail investors that don't necessarily realize, or maybe don't care, but don't necessarily realize that a stock split has no bearing on the fundamental health of the company. Um, yeah, stock splits mean very, very little. If anything, stock splits are just a way to entice retail investors to buy something. So really, everybody that's already owned the stock, either in the lead up to or around the split, ordinarily makes money as a result of retail investors pouring into the newly diluted split shares of the stock. So, yeah, don't buy. Well, you can do whatever you want, but I certainly wouldn't buy something post split. Oh, now Bella's yelling at the dog. Roxy, not Rosie. Rosie's here on the bed with me. Yeah, so the markets are at, well, most of the indices are at, around, or above their either pre-COVID levels or certainly beginning of the year, January levels. But that is a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a fair bit misleading, because there are a number of stocks that are well below their pre-COVID levels and are below their January 2020 levels. So there is still a lot of potential money to be made in the recovery of those. I mean, financials still are nowhere near where they were pre-COVID or even in January. A lot of cyclicals are just nowhere near where they were. That doesn't necessarily mean, it doesn't guarantee that they're going to come back, well, at all, but certainly not right away. But that is probably one of the better places you could make money in the markets now. Alternatively, you could continue to ride the big tech wave. Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, all these mega cap tech stocks are well above their pre-COVID levels. I am, of course, apprehensive. I often caution against buying something anywhere near its 52-week or even all-time high. I just don't think that it's a great idea generally. But given the current environment and the amount of acceleration in terms of business these companies have seen, cloud computing is, I mean, hello, we're all Zooming, we're all VPNing into, remote work or telecommuting or whatever the case is. And sure, that might come down a little bit once there's a vaccine, but I think the damage is done. I mean, people now realize that they can fully function in their jobs from home. So definitely stay out of commercial real estate. Stay away from commercial real estate REITs for sure. because I don't know what's going to happen with them. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. GoodRx filed to go public yesterday, I think, Friday. Yeah, GoodRx filed paperwork to go public. GoodRx obviously is a discount pharmaceutical provider. It's really a software company, but they just shop around the whole country really and find you coupons for your drugs, so you're not paying a shit ton of money out of pocket. I'm sure you've seen commercials. So GoodRx filed to go public. Right now they're valued, I think, at like $3 billion, and they have about 30 million subscribers. What is Bella doing? Babe, you know you sound like a fucking crazy person, right? Okay. I know you are, but people on YouTube are going to think you're nuts. Mute her out. That's not how it works. So yeah, I think GoodRx is, I don't know if it's something I definitely want to buy. It's something I'm very curious about because Amazon has a subsidiary called PillPack. They pre-package, your pills. You're still paying for the pills, but they ship it to you like, instead of you having to do your weekly pill boxes like I had to do for my dad for the better part of 5 years because I couldn't trust him to fill out his meds on his own. Oh, you know what? I am about to run out of time on this video, so I'll finish this thought up in the next video. Sorry, cliffhanger.